Hi, everybody. This is a little bit of bonus film club video action. So we got an email during the week from one of our members, David Vinnels, who has got a little lockdown project where he has been canvassing people he knows to ask them who are the kind of their top 10 film directors people basically would like to spend if there was another year of lockdown watching. So we have indulged him and come up with our own list. So basically the conceit is there's 12 months of more of lockdown and we can only watch films by these 10 filmmakers. Is that correct? Am I correct in my understanding, Wayne?
That's how I interpreted it.
It's great. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns and come up with our list, share our lists, and see if there's any overlap. And yeah, and then by all means, see if you can join in afterwards.
And we're doing alphabetical, yeah?
We're going alphabetical order. Do you want to go first?
Well, this is where there may be some overlap with number one.
I doubt it. Go on.
Really? Okay. My number one is Woody Allen.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So Woody Allen, everything up to Husbands and Wives.
Well, you can. I mean, if you run out of time,
I know.
You can watch the others anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you go, Husbands and Wives, I think is the end of that's his last top tier film. Beyond that, you've got Bullets Over Broadway, Manhattan Murder Mystery, which
Blue
is
Jasmine.
kind of okay.
Do you like Blue Jasmine?
Yes, I do like it. I didn't think it's amazing, but out of the shit that surrounds it, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Deconstructing Harry and Sweet and Lowdown. But yeah, up until Husbands and Wives, you're pretty. So there's only a few misfires.
I don't have Woody Allen on my list. I'm quite happy. I can manage another year.
Very PC.
So my first person on alphabetical order is the Belgian filmmaker Chantal Ackermann, because I have had these two. I've got Jean Dielman still in its vein, which has been on my.
We'd rather watch this guy than Woody Allen. And
another, which I've unwatched for a year, so I will finally get around to them.
Okay.
They are on my list, so they are very long. Okay, so that's my A.
Okay, well, I've got another A coming up. There might be some overlap here.
I've got no more A's, but I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
I'm one for one. And I wrote down my list of what I thought you'd be.
Okay, so you've got one. You've got one so far.
Yep.
Robert Altman.
Yep. I guess that's correctly as well.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously love all the 70s stuff, and the later stuff like The Player and I like Gosford Park as well.
Hudsucker Proxy.
Hudsucker Proxy. That's not Robert Altman.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. To my next my next one.
But it gave me a chance to explore the 80s stuff, which might not be so great, but it gave me an excuse to finally sit down and watch it all.
Definitely. So my next one is the Coen Brothers.
Yep.
They on your list?
No, they're not. They nearly were.
Okay. So I did guess they would be. So
no, they very nearly were, but they've let me down so much over the past decade or so that. But you talk about them.
I'm way more favourable on all of their films, I think, probably than you are. They're all, the ones I love are eminently rewatchable. But Simple Man, I've wanted to rewatch for ages. Llewellyn Davis, I'm keen to rewatch. So there's a bunch of them I'm keen to rewatch, and the favourites, I could just watch endlessly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The favourites for me go up until Fargo.
Right.
I like. What's the one after that? The dude.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I like that. I don't love it as much as everyone else seems to love it. It's a bit baggy compared to the other works, which are very tight, and they're just perfect, aren't they? That first run of films.
Yeah.
But then after that, for me, I've been disappointed. I still go and see them in the hope it will be good. Well, I've stopped now after the
Hail Caesar. You did like Hail Caesar, which I really enjoyed.
That was the straw that broke this camel's back. I said, right, no more. I'm not, and same with Woody Allen. I don't go to see his. I've forgotten what the last Woody Allen film I saw at the cinema was, but
Let's move on from Woody Allen to your next pick.
You have to give up at some point, don't you? Yeah, but they nearly. So yes, I'm with you on the Coens. Almost, they nearly were.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. So I've got another A.
Oh.
Yeah. Hal Ashby.
I was trying to think your list would be very 70s focused.
It is very 70s focused. But again, so I love everything he did in the 70s. It's fantastic, but it also gave me an excuse to watch some of the less fantastic 80s films.
Yeah. The one thing I was thinking, I think I've gone with filmmakers with large filmographies.
I know that's the end. Hal Ashby nearly didn't make it because of that, because it's very short filmography, isn't it?
So next one for me is John Ford. I read this big biography earlier in lockdown. I watched a lot of his films, but like he made hundreds. There's a load of silent films I'd love to see. There's and the like there's I've got a book here on about the Searchers that I haven't read yet, and I've been meaning to watch that. So yeah, loads more to explore and loads of good ones to revisit.
Great. So my next one is AB 2. 4, 4, 4, 4. Right. You definitely have this one down.
Okay.
Stanley Kubrick.
Nope.
But you would have had it.
I didn't. But that's an oversight on
really?
my side. That's just me not thinking harder.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kubrick would be on your list for sure.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, I think I enjoy all of his films, even the ones I don't, even the ones I think are not good, like Eyes Wide Shut, and maybe Full Metal Jacket, which is like half a good film.
Yep.
But they still interest me, even when they don't work. There's still interesting stuff there.
So yeah, again, like I've really wanted to rewatch a lot of his films for a while. Full Metal Jacket actually is one of the ones I've been really super keen to rewatch.
I want to watch that again to give the second half, see if it works yet. Give it another chance.
Well, maybe we can angle it at a film club film at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is another favorite of mine, Samuel Fuller. So I have seen. There's not many of his films that I've not seen, so it'll give me a chance to watch the few that I haven't seen. But most of his films I've only seen once, and he is like a fascinating character. His films are always enjoyable, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them better.
I think I find him more interesting than his films.
You need to watch more of his films.
Sorry?
You need to watch more of his films.
Or less.
Maybe. Okay.
Number 5. You definitely have Michael Powell.
Yes, I guessed you would have Powell and Pressburger. I put them jointly.
Yeah, I had them jointly, but then I realized if you put them jointly, then you can't have Peeping Tom.
Well, I think you can. No, I would. I would allow that. I think you can. Okay, but I think you can have that. So if you got them separately.
Well, no, Mike Pressburger was the writer, wasn't he?
Right.
He wasn't actually the director.
Right. Got it.
So yeah, I mean,
so, yeah,
there is a lot of early Michael Powell which I haven't seen.
Yes. Yeah.
So that would be like the 30s and 40s.
So interestingly, my next one, I'm so surprised you don't have maybe. Classic Hitchcock.
I nearly had him.
And again, similar reason. There's basically most of my picks of similar rationale. Is like there's a bunch I have seen that I'd love to rewatch, and there's a bunch I haven't seen. I watched for the first time Marnie quite recently, and really enjoyed it. And also there's a lot of DVD extras.
Okay, I hadn't taken extras into consideration.
There's a lot of DVD extras on my Alfred Hitchcock box set that I've not watched, and a bunch of books that I could read. I really want to see this. I've not seen any of his British silent films or anything. Yep.
No, yeah, Hitchcock he nearly made it just for that same reason. There's so many films, and the good ones are so good.
Exactly.
Okay. Next one for me. So Powell. Oh, Satyajit Ray.
Yes, correct. I got that off your list as well.
Yeah. Again, I've seen the kind of the key texts, I guess, the Big City and Music Room and the Apu trilogy. But again, there's so many going into the 70s and 80s and the 60s as well that I haven't seen. He's got a massive back catalogue. So
great. So my next
we watched what was the one we watched recently? Enemy of the People.
Yeah.
Which wasn't amazing, but it's still interesting enough to think, okay, I'd quite like to see everything he's done.
My internet's got a bit weird, so we may have lost a bit of video there. We'll see. So the next one was a bit of a toss-up. I was like, am I going to go sort of my favorite kind of cult directors? Am I going to go Werner Herzog or Jim Jarmusch? And I went Jim Jarmusch because I just thought his films are basically there's less despair, and I would enjoy revisiting them more. So I'm going with Jim.
He did not bother my list. Okay, next one for me was 6777. Oh, hang on, I've missed one out. Subject PQR. Okay, yeah, here he is. Marty.
Yeah, not on my list.
What?
Sorry. Was that me pinging or you pinging?
Yeah, I think that was you. My phone is on silence.
Sorry.
You're just being willfully perverse.
Well, weirdly, I don't think I've watched a Scorsese film in lockdown. So I've kind of thought they're all in my head. You know, they're all in. You know, I kind of can revisit.
You are Travis Bickle.
Any that you wouldn't watch?
No, I mean he's my favorite. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. If it was lockdown, then I would have a system and make myself sit down and watch Gangs of New York and The Aviator, and
you like Shutter Island?
Oh, Shitter Island, I call it. No, I think that's probably his worst film. I hated that film so much. Right. Cape Fear.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of stuff which I don't like.
Yeah.
But
actively don't like, or just find not as good?
No, I hated Shutter Island.
Yeah. Did you watch Hugo? Did you watch Hugo?
Yeah. I mean, he's like Woody Allen and the Coen brothers.
Right.
Who have fallen by the wayside. Martin Scorsese is the only one left who I will go and see every film that comes out when it comes out. And I sort of went to see Hugo with the 3D glasses and hated it in 3D. Every dimension of it I hated. But you know, it's Scorsese, and the good stuff is. It is. My favorite films of all time. So.
Okay.
And you know, you got it back with The Irishman. Yeah. So I was good to persevere.
And the Bob documentaries. You'd get.
Oh, of course, yeah, exactly. You've got a lot of Bob Dylan, and you got Van Morrison with the Last Waltz as well. So there's a lot of covers a lot of bases.
So my next one is David Lynch, and I'm counting. I would get all the Twin Peaks series 3 as well because he directed every episode. So even though it's telly, yeah,
it counts.
Yeah, and again, deep dive would be very rewarding to rewatch again.
Yeah, I didn't have him, but I knew you would.
Yeah.
My next one is Orson Welles.
Of course. I can't believe I even forgot. I literally didn't even cross my mind, which is ridiculous.
Again, he's one director where he's great, and where he's bad, it's still interesting.
Definitely.
No matter how bad it gets, and it can get pretty bad.
Yeah. But really,
it's still, they're still weirdly absorbing, aren't they? Even the awful ones.
The Trial actually is one of the films I really most enjoyed. I think that's like the last year before we had to shut down film club.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy The Trial, but I just read it last week. Funnily enough, for the first time, I've never read it before, and it made me want to go back and rewatch it.
I can't remember who's got the DVD, whether I've got it or you've got it, but I will.
I don't think it's me.
No, I'll bring it round next time when I see you next week. Okay, this is an odd one. This will surprise you. This is my feel good.
Okay.
Bang for your buck.
Who?
No, you get bang for your buck.
Oh right, okay. I thought never heard of him.
Rob Reiner.
Okay, great. That's good.
Spinal Tap. Yeah. Princess Bride. When Harry Met Sally. Stand by Me. And I also discovered few years ago he made a biography of Lyndon Johnson with Woody Harrelson playing President Lyndon Johnson, which I'm now just intrigued to see.
See, your Rob Ryder is my Hal Ashby.
Yes.
Where it's not a massive list, but
Yeah.
the ones there.
But there's also I mean, there's loads of his middling stuff that I haven't seen, which might also be passed up.
Like what?
Oh, I've no idea. I mean, like he's made a lot of. I looked on IMDb. I mean, he's made a lot. He's still making films. You know, there's some,
Okay.
you know, the odd romantic comedy that might be, you know, plausible. Okay, so I've got 2 left.
Yeah, I've got 2 left as well. And my next one, this was quite tricky. Oh, well, actually, you've done your feel good one. I'm going to do my feel good one next.
Yeah.
Then. Who's a producer, not a director?
Oh,
Hal Roach.
Ah, very good.
It's a bit
very
of a cheat.
It's a bit of a cheat, but you know, the whole thing's a...
Who cares?
Great. So that's basically what else apart from Laurel and Hardy? Is there other stuff? There must be.
He did Harold Lloyd, didn't he?
Right. I can't.
Sure he did
I'm pretty rusty on this sort of period.
Yeah, but for me, it's just mostly just for Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah. And again, you could spend all of. There's so much.
I know, because it's just Hal Roach. You don't need to worry about the stuff they made after they left him.
Yeah. So this is my next one. I would expect you might have on your list. Billy Wilder.
Nearly.
Oh. So
nearly.
I think he's a great one to have on the list, just because you just get there's high level of quality and high level of variety.
Yeah.
So you've got comedy, drama, you know, and a bunch of stuff. Few things I've not seen as well.
I agree. He nearly made my list.
Many films. Okay, so
my last one. This is the hardest one to pick. So Wilder was nearly there. Hitchcock was nearly there. Hawks.
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But in the end, I
nearly had Houston on mine.
Yeah, I went with Ozu. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen 2 or 3 of his films, but I've absolutely loved them. And I chose him like I don't even know the name of
Chantal Ackermann.
Your first guy.
Woman. Chantal.
Oh, okay. The Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's my Belgium.
Yeah. No, the one that I was thinking, like, I don't have a very international list, and I was thinking maybe Rossellini, because we'd enjoyed those films, you know, Rome Open City, at the end of Film Club, and there's a few that I watched afterwards, and I thought, oh, it'd be good to watch more of his. But in the end, my last one is, so I wanted some documentaries, and so I've gone with Frederick Wiseman, who not only has a very long filmography, but his film's very long as well.
Okay.
Perfect for lockdown, and I love just all of his films are fascinating. So there we go. So I guessed off your list, I guessed correctly Ray, Allen, Scorsese, Powell and Pressburger, Altman. So no Coppola for you.
No, well, I looked at him, but Coppola would just be for 4 films.
Yeah.
Actually, Hal Ashby's for about 6 films, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'd rather take Coppola's 4 for Ashby's 6.
Oh, so you're doing a swap?
I'm swapping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That means my list is I was more accurate because I didn't have Ashby as one of my guests.
Yeah.
Have you seen something we watched earlier on lockdown? Have you ever seen Tucker, The Man and His Dreams?
No.
I've got it. I'll lend it to you.
And I haven't even seen Rumblefish.
Oh.
So there's quite a lot of those post-apocalypse now films which I haven't seen. Yeah,
post the 70s.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that was very enjoyable. So we will put this will go on the website, and we will, if you want to join in, send us your list.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Brilliant. Okay.
And I'll see you in a couple of days for the next intro.
Yes, look forward to it. Okay.
All right.
Video well.
I can do it.
Very good.
See you.